Olivia panicked when her cat could barely walk and she saw those strange black spots on his chin. Olivia immediately took action and decided to take it to the vet. The vet discovered something shocking while examining the cat's chin and urgently called for the police, sending Olivia into panic. She watched in disbelief as staff entered the exam room and emerged visibly shaken. Desperate to understand what was happening, Olivia clung to an assistant, seeking answers. Despite her distress, the assistant could offer no explanation, only promises of updates. Olivia grew frustrated, recalling past visits where she'd always been allowed to stay with her cat. This time, however, she was left outside, anxiously waiting for the truth. The assistant stayed firm, insisting they wait for the vet. Olivia reluctantly nodded, realizing her limited influence over the circumstances. Curiosity gnawed at her, intensifying the need for answers beyond her control. But before we continue, smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss our upcoming stories. Olivia sat in the waiting room, her heart heavy with worry as she anxiously awaited news about her beloved cat. Thoughts of worst-case scenarios flooded her mind, causing her eyes to well up with tears. The weight of uncertainty became unbearable, and she finally let the tears flow freely, releasing her pent-up emotions. Determined to find answers, she resolved to take matters into her own hands. Quietly and resolute, she devised a plan to sneak into the room, desperate to ensure her cat's well-being and ease her own worries with a gentle touch. Filled with determination, Olivia rose from her seat and stealthily approached the door of the veterinarian's practice. It was the place where pets were examined and sometimes operated upon. Curiosity consumed her as she wondered what secrets lay beyond that door. As Olivia approached the door, her heart pounding, a sudden noise echoed down the hallway. Panic surged within her. Swiftly, she darted into a nearby closet, concealing herself to avoid being caught by the staff. Curiosity mingled with fear, intensifying the suspense of what was about to unfold. With bated breath, Olivia patiently waited for the veterinary staff to pass by the closet. As soon as the coast was clear, she emerged and hastened toward the room's entrance. The doors beckoned in the distance, drawing her closer to the unknown secrets that lay within. As she approached the room, a peculiar sensation washed over Olivia. A mix of hope and uncertainty swirled within her. She desperately yearned for her cat's well-being, yet deep down, doubts lingered. What if she made a mistake? With curiosity consuming her, Olivia yearned to catch a glimpse of her cat through the door. Regrettably, her view was obstructed by something. Determined to gain a better vantage point, she braced herself, took a deep breath, and slowly opened the door, revealing what lay beyond. Olivia's heart skipped a beat when she unexpectedly encountered the vet, catching her off guard. Anxious and emotional, she pleaded silently for information about her cat, who meant the world to her. The vet, visibly conflicted, told her she wasn't allowed in the room and gave no real explanation, only asking for patience. Olivia grew more distressed, sensing something was deeply wrong. Just as the vet seemed about to elaborate, an assistant rushed over and showed him something hidden in a binder. His expression shifted, eyes welling with tears, his composure shaken. Without hesitation, he ordered the police to be called. The weight of the moment hit Olivia hard, as fear and confusion gripped her. Whatever was happening, it was far more serious than she'd imagined. What did the vet see in that binder? And why made it him so emotional? Olivia's mind spun with disbelief at the vet's unexpected mention of the police. Confusion and curiosity mingled as she questioned the connection between her cat's illness and law enforcement. Determination fueled her quest for the truth. But the vet's lips were sealed tight under the pressure of the police, leaving Olivia frustrated in her pursuit of answers. Despite her efforts, he refused to reveal anything that could jeopardize his job. Instead, he suggested seeking answers from the police themselves. With a resolute mind, Olivia eventually chose to head to the police station, believing it to be the best course of action as she wasn't getting anywhere at the vet. Hopeful that the authorities held the key to unraveling the mystery surrounding her cat's condition. Sitting behind the wheel, sadness washed over Olivia as she contemplated her cat's ordeal. He was used to the comfort of home, but now found himself in unfamiliar surroundings with strangers. She hoped and prayed for his well-being, longing for everything to turn out all right. Curiosity mingled with concern as she drove onward. Olivia quickly parked her car in the police station's parking lot, eager to find answers. With a sense of urgency, she swiftly exited the vehicle and walked purposefully toward the police station. Curiosity burned within her, driving her forward into the realm of law enforcement. Upon entering the police station, Olivia immediately sensed a heightened atmosphere of urgency. Officers bustled through the hallways, their movements conveying a sense of importance. Curiosity gripped her as she wondered what event or situation could be unfolding, intensifying her desire for answers. Approaching the desk where two officers sat, Olivia wasted no time in sharing her predicament. After explaining the situation, she looked at the officers with big eyes. She hoped they could shed light on the mysterious circumstances surrounding her cat. As the police officers began to respond, an unexpected revelation unfolded, leaving Olivia brimming with curiosity and anticipation. With smiles on their faces, the officers questioned Olivia about the legitimacy of her ownership. Anger swelled within her as she couldn't comprehend why they would doubt her. Frustration mounting, little did Olivia know that her anger would backfire. The police officers, unimpressed with her attitude, insisted on a crucial demand. They demanded that she identify herself first. Little did she realize that this request would set in motion a series of events that would test her resolve and reveal secrets she never expected. As Olivia reached into her purse, she suddenly realized her wallet wasn't there. Her cat's heavy breathing prompted her to take quick action this morning and rush to the vet. In a frenzy, her attention slipped and she forgot her wallet on the dresser in the hallway. In a desperate bid for forgiveness, Olivia apologized, hoping the police would let her off with a warning. But they remained unmoved. With no other option, she rushed home to grab her passport and wallet. Urgency pulsed through her as she ran to the parking lot. Every minute away meant more time her cat spent alone and scared at the vet. Fueled by adrenaline, she began the drive, thoughts consumed by her frightened pet. As she turned onto the road, an uneasy feeling crept up on her, a grim suspicion that she was being followed. A slight shiver ran down her spine, but she dismissed it as paranoia. Why would anyone follow her? Olivia just said to herself. Curiosity and caution drove Olivia to turn into unfamiliar streets, determined to find out if the car behind her was pursuing her. She had never been in such a situation before and worried about what she should do. Its presence had troubled her for some time, suggesting she was being followed. Determined and full of adrenaline, Olivia accelerated, quickly maneuvering down a side street and then down another. The thrilling feeling of a chase overwhelmed her as if she had entered an action-packed movie scene. She breathed heavily as she slowly looked into her rearview mirror to see if the car was still there. To her surprise, the persistent car was still following her. The realization sent shivers down her spine and evoked a mixture of fear and bewilderment. Why were they following her? Desperation consumed Olivia as she pressed the gas pedal, desperate to stay ahead of the relentless car. But her efforts were in vain as the pursuer gained ground every moment. With fewer and fewer options, the question echoed in her mind. What could she do to escape? Olivia decided to stop at the side of the road. When the car finally approached, Olivia's heart raced and threatened to burst out of her chest, but a glimmer of relief broke the fear as she recognized the person behind the wheel. It was none other than Charles, her veterinarian, who had examined her cat earlier today. Olivia smiled slightly as Charles approached her car, but her smile soon faded away. The seriousness of Charles's face made Olivia cringe. Driven by curiosity, Olivia questioned what was happening. Charles hesitated before revealing his growing concerns, police suspicions, and the sense of a hidden danger. He had overheard a troubling conversation between officers outside the clinic, catching ominous fragments like, "Get rid of her," which, though vague, felt threatening. Olivia's name mentioned repeatedly only deepened his unease. As he shared what he'd heard, fear settled over Olivia. Before she could respond, an anonymous phone call interrupted the moment, leaving her torn between dread and the urge to uncover the truth. An air of coincidence hung heavy as Olivia hesitated to answer the phone. Yet Charles urged her to do so, seeing an opportunity for crucial information. A chilling voice sounded through the phone, sending chills down Olivia and Charles's spines. "Olivia, you must come to me." The anonymous caller warned Olivia that her life was in danger, and claimed to be her only protection. At Charles's urging, she tried to understand who was calling and why. Though the voice seemed familiar, she was confused. The caller grew increasingly tense and demanding, insisting that her safety was the priority and pressing her to reveal her location. Charles discreetly signaled Olivia to end the conversation as fast as she could. Without hesitation, she obeyed and disconnected the unknown caller with trembling fingers. In that moment of shared shock, Charles and Olivia exchanged bewildered glances. Sensing a connection to her cat, Olivia turned to Charles, the man who had examined her feline companion, and asked what could be going on. Charles's silence spoke volumes, his eyes searching for the right words. She saw that Charles was withholding crucial information. Determinedly, she pressed for answers. Her demand hung in the air. Charles hesitated, his words carefully chosen. Uncertainty about the test results made it unwise to divulge the information at that time. The police had taken the results, making it impossible for him to verify their authenticity. He urged Olivia to settle the matter first, for the truth could change their world. Olivia sensed that further urging Charles would yield no answers. It almost looked like he was protecting something. Frustration gnawed at her, but she knew she had to chart a new course. But which one? Charles suggested a visit to Olivia's home because he wanted to explore certain aspects that could shed light on his assumptions about the test results. Intrigued by the possibility of finding answers in her own home, Olivia agreed to it, and they both drove to Olivia's house separately. The calm of the morning fell away, and her existence turned into an unexpected, action-packed story. She would almost think this was all a dream, but unfortunately, this was not the case. After 15 minutes of driving, they finally reached her house. With foresight, Olivia decided to get her passport, anticipating the possible need for it. She relayed this to Charles so he would be prepared if the situation were to unfold. While Olivia picked up the crucial document from her room, Charles set out to investigate and unravel the puzzling web that tangled them. As Olivia rummaged through her closets in search of her passport, she froze when a hand abruptly covered her mouth. Fear gripped her until she saw it was Charles. Charles gently soothed Olivia, his voice only whispering near her ear. As she fell silent, faint sounds of people from downstairs reached their ears. Olivia's heart raced and fear struck. They decided to hide behind the bed until they were gone. Who were these people invading her home, and what intentions lay behind their presence? As Charles and Olivia strained to listen as best as they could, the commotion downstairs increased, a rage of furniture being knocked over in search of something. Then a victorious outburst echoed, "Yes, we got it! Now let's get out of here fast," as Charles and Olivia rushed down the stairs only to find Olivia's living room in shambles. Neither knew exactly what had been discovered, but Charles suspected something important, though he kept his theory to himself. Olivia's frustration grew as her need for answers intensified. Sensing the urgency, Charles finally decided it was time to confront the truth and suggested a visit to the police station. At the station, Olivia searched for the two officers who had questioned her earlier, but they were gone. Just as confusion set in, another officer, Henry, approached, reassuring her that the earlier officers had acted improperly, especially considering her cat's condition. The officer's unexpected apology about the passport incident stirred Olivia's curiosity, especially with the sudden focus on her cat. Trusting the officer's demeanor, she followed him into a room where two other agents awaited. The air was thick with anticipation as the mystery around her cat deepened. Olivia was presented with a confidentiality contract, and though hesitant, she signed it, eager to uncover the truth. Once processed, the officer returned and revealed that her cat had suffered a severe reaction to something found in her home. Though initially uncertain, authorities suspected it was something illegal and dangerous. With a warrant secured, they searched the house and quickly discovered the cause. Officers discovered a branch from a rare, poisonous tree hidden beneath the couch, one only legally grown in restricted areas. Her cat had likely found it and brought it home. Olivia was stunned, having never heard of such a tree, and worried how her cat had come across it. The investigation revealed a neighbor was illegally cultivating the toxic plants. The trees were removed, and the neighbor was fined. Olivia's fear for her cat's health grew. The officer admitted he wasn't sure of the cat's condition and left to check with the vet. Alone, Olivia sat in despair, imagining the worst. The officer returned with a relieved expression, immediately easing her panic. The officer informed Olivia that her cat would make a full recovery, needing only a few more hours at the clinic. Relieved, Olivia finally felt the weight of the day begin to lift. Later, Charles called with the good news the cat was ready to be picked up. Having just finished cleaning the mess left behind by the police, Olivia rushed to the vet. Back home, she collapsed onto the couch with her cat in her arms. The stress of the day faded as she embraced him, grateful for their safety and the peace of being reunited. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss amazing tales like this one.